Hi, my name is Kat, and I'm the Community Manager on Dawn of War 3. In the very first episode of Fog of War, a lot of you have been asking to meet the amazing voice actors who are helping to bring our characters and our stories to life. Today we're going to do just that, but be warned, there are some minor spoilers ahead.
Elder! Prophecy comes to pass!
No one, including him, will touch it so long as I live.
If you're set on staying this course, I must choose rebellion.
It's a race to the pointy stick. You know what that means, don't ya? Let war!
Hello, my name is Dan Poole. I am the speech/VO guy here at Relic, or one of them, and I'm on Dawn of War 3 currently, and I help do the recording and the processing and implementation and casting and all the kind of voice stuff for our actors and characters in the game.
Out of nowhere, you drop out of the sky like an awesome comet.
It's really satisfying because when you find the right actor, it sings.
And as you wind up your cannons to decimate, you're just, you're screaming.
She
under
goes,
your wire.
unhand him, and then she just goes.
Like you have a character and you hear someone and you're like, that's the embodiment of it. And that happened many times in this game, so we're really happy with what we got.
I'm Elizabeth Andrew Author, and I'm playing Lady Solaria. I am a giant bad robot.
Scion 1 to Dauntless. Do you read Dauntless? I'll be brief. I've received welcome tidings from a detestable source.
In voice work, you just kind of go with your gut instinct, which is really refreshing, actually, because you don't overthink things.
So the Knights Varlock march to Acheron.
She's youthful, but she's got that real sort of command to her.
Unhand him!
I think the first time I did it, I basically had kind of like just battle lines. So it'd be like, get down, or like, they're shooting from this angle, which doesn't really tell you much.
Be advised, an orc pool party is within the walls. Nailed it.
As we've gone on, I'm seeing a lot more of who she is as a person rather than just kind of this commanding military style.
We would be honoured if you would join us.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Hi, I'm Elliot Cohen. I'm playing Kaya in Dawn of War 3.
I am needed to lead our search for the Vault Passage. If you can't deal with mere orcs, I'll send another on whom I know I can depend.
There's a picture, an artist's impression of how it's going to look in the game. That basically is your outline, and you kind of have to fit into that.
We can banish this shadow together, but I need Taldir to preserve our unity.
And in this case, I was told that he was a warrior and that he was a leader, and he was arrogant, and he had a certain amount of hubris and obsession with becoming the ultimate leader of this world.
You choose treason, so be it.
As you try a few things out, they begin to guide you through where they hear the character landing, and then when you kind of get it, then you start to revel in it and start to take him on his journey.
I think the way that you make the character relatable to anybody who plays it is by investing all of yourself into your read, into your interpretation. You give yourself wholeheartedly. You have to believe that you're in this other world. You have to believe that you are on another planet, that you are facing something that you're cooking up in your imagination.
Those bleeding squatters sit on my prize.
Because we're given the opportunity with a character like this to go mental, to key into a part of your psyche which is hungry for war.
Now that's an hard-looking git.
It's hard on the voice, but a lot of fun.
Duh! There's a pointy end, isn't there? I'll kill him with me spear, or I'll kill him with me zogging claw. What matters to you lot is that these gits give us a good fight for it. And what matters to me is, I want that steak!
Hello, my name is Alec Newman. I play Gabriel Angelos.
Hello, I'm Chris Fairbank, play the Inquisitor.
Do not let the spear fall into the hands of our enemies.
Well, there are two separate agendas going on with these characters, each in their different way.
Angelos, I forbade you to land on Acheron, yet you defied me.
Inquisitor, I could not let my brothers lie in dishonor on that world. It is right that I did not.
There's something being held back, there's defiance that goes on one character's part, and essential nastiness and duplicity going on with the other.
It is not just orcs on Acheron, but the Eldar as well.
Their webway is more invasive than I imagined.
A lot of this kind of work is very solitary. You're usually alone.
That's what you intend to blockade, is it not, Inquisitor?
Oh, that's good. That was great. That works very well. Yeah. Okay, great.
Well.
Okay.
Well.
It was amazing. It was so nice to have a human getting that feedback, and that mutual energy, I think, is not to be underestimated.
You have gone to great ends for her.
Not always.
Essentially, you're doing the same thing, which is authenticity, a kind of congruence. That's what you want to create throughout your work as an actor, if you like. And it's finding a congruence between the illustration, the voice, and the intention. And I think what we found in there was quite, like you say, instinctive.
There would be blood to pay if it was known another Craftworld was harboring her soul.
But I think in a way she's beyond that, because she's a prophetess, and she can see into the future, and she knows things instinctively.
Typical farseers. No secret is safe.
And how she holds herself, and how she interacts in the world in a way where it isn't just day to day, it's the bigger picture.
There's a lot going on, but you just literally, little tweaks, little signals can inform quite an enormous change in the character.
If I can be a better brother in her death than I was in life, that is enough.
We start with performance. That's really important. We are also really careful. Our voice director, Justin, he is familiar with the 40K universe. He's worked in this universe before on other games, and he kind of understands the tone of an Eldar, like the ha of a Space Marine, or like the wackiness of an orc. And so locking into those, like, you know, becoming those specific archetypes, and then specifically what type of orc they are or what type of Eldar they are, that is initially what takes a while, because you want to make sure it's true to the IP and to what we're looking for specifically. And once you have that in, then it's fun. The Warhammer universe has British origins. To be able to cast from authentic, like, Cockney voices is really helpful, especially because the actors are familiar with, like, the subtleties and the different kind of regionalities of that kind of stuff. You know, an intense British Space Marine is the most, it just gives you that power. It's a kind of a cool, it just feels Warhammery, it feels right. It's a big, crazy universe with giant machines and magic and, you know, like lasers and all the great stuff so the voices are pretty heavily processed. There's a pretty unique sound to the Eldar. They have this glassy quality, like their voices are reflecting off this kind of power.
Fiery skies shall light the way.
And they have this undercurrent of, like, this synthy electronic energy in their voices.
And blood shall spill over the wandering world.
Process each voice carefully to give it that quality, and there's giant robots, and we make sure they sound like they're blasting into big loudspeakers over the battlefield, and you know, the orcs get pitched down to make them sound mean and kind of crazy. Almost every voice in the game goes through a lot of alteration. They're humans when they start, and they all end up these crazy, mythical, larger-than-life characters. A lot of the time, stories are told from the ground. You are either in the character's perspective, you are down there, and we tell all our stories from kind of a stylized way. We were up above the character, and so when recording and doing our voices, we have to imagine what the full picture is going to look like. It's not just going to be one person in a room talking to another person. It's going to be one person screaming over 800 orcs cheering down a hill. It's, you know, it's complicated, but it's kind of when it all works together nicely. That's when you know you did it right.
Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of Fog of War. As always, be sure to comment below and let us know what you'd like to see in the next episode. And until then, be sure to connect with us on social media. See you next time.